Okay, so that brings me to my next topic now, how to develop love for writing. Now, to develop love for writing, parents play a very important role, especially during the lockdown time, because it is teachers are not able to meet the students now. So it is important that we parents step up, or the on home tutors step up to the situation, and we make them fall in love with writing, make them write, make them want to write. So one thing is imposing your child that you have to write. That is important, yes, but then what could be better than that? And the better thing is that they would want to write on their own. So how can we do that? So there are some things that we can do which can help them to which will make them want to write, which will make them fall in love with writing. So the first and foremost thing is reading. The more a child reads, so the better it is, the better grasp he or she has over the language. The more a child reads, the better vocabulary he or she develops. Okay. And by reading, I don't mean that buy a storybook and give it to him and you read it. You have to read it no matter how much you dislike it, still you have to read it. Please don't do that. You have to first understand what the child likes to do. Maybe he likes to cook. In lockdown time, we have seen many children discover new hobbies and new talents. So maybe he is fond of cooking. So if he's fond of cooking, or if he has seen you cooking nice delicacies at home, so ask him to participate in that. Ask him to, after later on, when after the cooking is done, ask him to write that, or read up something, some sort of recipe book, or some sort of a some sort of a cooking journal or cooking write up, some sort of a documentary on cooking. Please ask him or her to read it, and discuss that write up with him or her. Not only, I'm cooking is just an example that I gave you. Let's say the child loves to read about cartoon, loves watching cartoons. Most of the children do. So, and how can that lead to, how can that lead to love for writing? Of course, that can also lead to love for writing. So for that, you have to, you can either open something, some article about, let's say the child loves some particular cartoon character. Read up about that cartoon character and ask the child also to read up about that cartoon character. Later on, you guys can discuss, and then you can ask him or her to write something, write the discussion that you had, or write his thought process, or his idea about the cartoon, what he saw in that cartoon serial that he watches. What did he see in that? Ask him or her to write it, somewhere. So that is also one way of developing, love for writing. So basically, what I'm saying is that identify the interest of your child and start the writing process from that point of interest. All right. So that is one thing. Vocabulary. There are many vocabulary games like Scrabble, Pictionary, everything. There are so many vocabulary games that can be played without any board games also, like verbally. So please play those games with your child. That will not only develop, improve their vocabulary, but you may get surprised that he or she may come up with a new word for you. So that will also enrich your vocabulary at the same time, because children these days are very smart. They know very nice words, and you can also get informed. You can also stay updated with those words. But you never know, you can just stumble upon a new word that your child knows, and you don't know. So please play these vocab games with your child. Not only games, ask them to come up with new words every now and then, which they can include in their write up later. So you can develop your child's vocabulary like that. So that was one way. Then there are some other things also that you can do where the child will start writing. That is role play. So let's say you together you both watch a movie, and then let's say you watch Aladdin, and then you can ask your child to be Jasmine, and you can be Raja the tiger that Jasmine had. And then ask the child to develop a dialogue between Raja and Jasmine about how do they feel about the magic carpet, maybe the ride on magic carpet. So Raja can ask Jasmine, what was your ride like on the magic carpet? So what will Jasmine say to in reply to that? So you can ask your child to write something, dialogue writing, and role play. These things will make him think make her come up with new ideas, and that will only enhance their imagination, and also that will also help them want to write. Okay, I want to write what the magic carpet said to Aladdin. So that is not only flaring up their imagination, also it is kind of building their love for, building their liking for writing. Okay, so that is one trick that I do with my students, so you can also use them. Okay, then these are some of the tricks that I use, that you can also use as a parent, to help your child develop a love for writing. Now I'll come to my last topic of the day, which is helping reluctant writers. Now I have seen many students in my career in my profession as a teacher so far. I have seen many students who simply don't like to write, be it composition, be it any long answer, be it any literature answer also. They simply just don't want to write. So for a 10 line answer, they will write only 4 lines at the most. For a 4 line answer, they will write only 1 line. So that can become a big problem, for the parent, for the teachers, because that is somehow, they have the potential to fetch more marks, but then somehow they're not able to. So that is kind of pulling them back from reaching their full potential. So how do we deal with that? Now I have some tricks for that also. So first of all, as I told you, that you think of the hobby, think of your child's hobby first. What does the child love to do? Does the child love, let's say, drawing? A lot of children love drawing, but they don't want to write. So what could be the reason that they love drawing but then they don't want to write? Probably that is because they are using colors, and colors attract more than simple writing. So they are using their imagination, they are making the grass red also in their imagination. So that is why they love drawing. So you can take that as a hobby, and you can ask the child to write something about what they drew, and why did they draw it, what is their reason behind drawing it. So that is one thing, that is one way you can start the process of writing. Now by that I don't mean that immediately after this session you ask your child, okay, you like you like Barbie dolls, okay, so why don't you write something about the Barbie dolls, write 200 words on that. Please don't do that. That will in fact have a very negative effect. So please ask the child to write only 1 sentence or 2 sentences, or maybe 4 sentences, like as much the child wants to write. Okay, and then later on build on that. So when you read that whatever the child has written, when you read that, you add on to that, and then ask the child that why don't you write this also. Okay, and then why don't you write that also. So that will not only make them write, but also they will start thinking that I can write this also, and I can write that also, and I can write about Ken also, and I can write about Barbie's kitchen also. So I'm just giving an example, so you can try that method, like using hobby to make them fall in love with writing. The second is interest based. Now by interest I don't mean hobby again. Hobby is something like like hobby is in its place, and interest, by interest I mean a child can be interested in many things, like movies, cartoons, then what their parents do on Facebook, and also parents office work. So they can be interested in many things. They might be like, my child is always interested in tapping my keyboard. So the moment every time she gets any opportunity, she starts tapping on my keyboard, because she's very interested in what is mama doing on this whatever device it is. So you can use those interests and ask the child to write something about it, like what they're thinking about it. Say that I am working, I am doing my office work online. What do you think about it? What do what do you feel about it? Can you just write 2 lines about it? Maybe the child will come up with something very practical, very less informative, but at least that's a good starting point. For a reluctant writer, that can be a very good starting point, another good way of connecting with your child. So that is one way. So one is hobby based, one is interest based, so you can use both the uh, both of them as launchpad for reluctant writers. To make a reluctant writer, the next and the most important thing is writing. So if the child does not write and only reads and experiences and speaks about it, chances are that he will still not develop any love for writing. So it is very important that the child writes also. So by writing, I don't mean that, force your child to write 400 words or 500 words. No, you have to write. No, please don't do that, because nobody likes to get pushed around. Nobody likes to, be controlled. So you can just ask the child to write as much as he or she wants. And you can also ask him to write, let's say, 10 lines to start with, or 5 lines. If the child is like, no, I will not write 5 lines, I don't feel like writing 5 lines, why should I write 5 lines? Okay, then just write 2 lines. So this way, just keep motivating. So once the child writes something, just don't give it a look and okay, it's nice. Don't do that. Make it a very rewarding experience. Make it as if he has achieved something. Make it sound like that. Praise him so much that next time he would associate writing with a positive reinforcement. It would be a positive reinforcement for an activity that he or she doesn't like to do. So make it like an achievement. Make it sound like an achievement. Celebrate it. Okay, you've written 2 lines. Wow, that's very nice. You have written so well. Why don't you write 2 more lines, since you write so well? Just keep motivating and encouraging the child. But I would still request, do not push the child. For writing, it is again important that the child takes notes. So taking notes is very important for all kind of writers, be it a very professional author, or a teacher, or a novice, or even a child, or everyone, like whoever wants to write. It is very important to take notes. Like if you don't take notes of something, then, or if you don't write small notes for yourself, then, as I told you earlier also, that it is very easy to digress from the point. It is very easy to go off track and beat about the bush and actually end up with a mess. So after taking these notes, when you ask him or her to write about it, then the notes will act like a ready reckoner for the child. It will help him or her remember things that you and him, he and you did, so that he can write them down in a very neat fashion, in a very sequential way. So that is something that you can do. You can ask the child to take notes. And that comes to my last and final point today: not pushing the child. So it is very important that we don't push the child, because the child already doesn't like the activity. And on top of that, if as parents we push the child to, no, you have to write, come on, how will you fetch marks in the exam, then that becomes all the more monotonous and mundane for the child, and boring, in short. So it becomes a little boring activity for the child. And especially when, in the digital age, when with the use of keyboard and keypad, you can write even through speech. You can actually write text. So the child would start arguing with you, start giving you reasons that why should I write when I can use technology. So that is where it is important to not push the child. Relax, just ask the child to, okay, fine, if you don't want to write, don't write it now, do it later when you feel like, when you get some time, do it later. Just as a parent, even you have to relax, you have to calm down. And also, like, when you are relaxed, when you are calm, the child will also think of the activity, will not feel as burdened as he or she does otherwise. So that is something that is something which comes in very handy. I mean, I've seen parents who come back and tell me that, yes, my child now feels like writing. She writes something, see, this is what she has written. And they show me stories that the child has written just for fun. So that is a very rewarding experience. Okay, so that's it from my side today. Okay, coming to Piali's question. Piali, you had asked me that kids like to draw. They draw good pictures of a situation but cannot express it properly in the words. Okay, so I would like to say over here that if a kid is good with drawing pictures, then the kid should draw pictures. And when it comes to expressing, let the child express it in a way that he or she feels comfortable in. So that is, one way of, that is a way to, start off. Then once he or she writes something, appreciate it, maybe add to it. The more you add to it, the more you participate in writing with the child, the better, the child will become in writing, the better, the more interest the child will get in writing. So that is something, you can try. You can just let your child write first whatever he or she wants to write, and then later on, you can, when he comes up and shows it to you, you can appreciate it, and you can, tell him, you can make some additions, give your input. If your child is good in drawing pictures, then you first let him draw the picture, and then make him write whatever he is comfortable in writing. Please share them with me. I would love to read. And also, if you have any query, any question, any doubt, or you want any kind of help regarding this topic, you can always message me on Facebook. And also you can, write to me on my email ID, which is crayonsler.edu@gmail.com. Thank you for being such a lovely audience. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments and the likes and the appreciations. And really, I am overwhelmed, and I really look forward to more such sessions. If you, if you found it interesting, if you found it helpful, I would really come up with more such interesting sessions in the future. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. And that's it from me now. Bye bye.